Good morning, Facebook. Welcome, welcome. Great to see you again. Well, I am actually not seeing you, but I know you're there. So welcome, welcome. Pantry Magic is our topic today, and my name is Kinyofu. So we are going to discuss what's in your pantry. And I'm going to be asking you to get or to take an observation of what you have in your pantry. Hi, Mama Abimbola and Andrea.
Peace and blessings. Great morning, grand rising all.
Grand rising. So yes, what do you have in your pantry? Did you go grab your herbs or take a look and see what you have? Hi, Marilyn. And so Marilyn, I know you're at school, but maybe you can remember what you have in your pantry at home. You might even have a stash in the school. A stash of herbs, tinctures, homemade medicines, store-bought medicines that come from herbs, things that you have in your, that just basic everyday living life things. So that's what we're going to be doing. You never know what you have, but what you have can be very powerful. Hi, Mom. Not talking to me. Why is she not talking to me?
You'll find out when I see you.
Oh no, I'm in trouble.
Yes, you are.
Lord have mercy.
But yeah, that used to have me running.
I'm sure. I'm like, listen, Barbara Marie, don't be messing with her before the facilitation. She need a clear head. I was like, wait till you get home and all day your head is messed up.
Exactly. So welcome everybody. Everybody needs to be here because I'm going to be sharing some magic. Like magic is what you can do that can heal and help. So this is also secret, or not really secret, but the whole concept of magic is secret. And we want to know the secret. So I got some stuff to share. Hi, Adam.
Good morning, Kinyofu. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm good. Andrea, I'm just doing the intro. So later in after the song, then you can share.
Okay, no problem. Because I gotta run.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
All right. So my comment to you earlier was to find out what the things are you have in your pantry and to gather the information. My name is Kinyofu Mlimwengu, and you know me. Well, I'll give you my purpose is, my brand is boldly standing for resilient change. My purpose is inspiring generations of resilience from wombs to classroom. I was able to develop that through Be the Tree, and it has refined itself, and this is where I am, and this is how I'm living my life, and everything that I do comes through that. So this topic is called Pantry Magic. It is a resilience, is a form of resilience. Resilience is a way that we can cope, way that we can move through our life circumstances. And what better way to move through than to move through with power around our health. Now, I'm saying to you that there's things in your pantry that you can use. And Shawnee, you can bring up that first slide. There's things in your pantry that you have right now. And this image is an image of a pantry that's going to be made present. Just to give you a sense of what I mean when I say pantry. Your closet in your kitchen, maybe it's in medicine cabinet in your bathroom. I meant to put up a picture of the medicine cabinet. So we go into the bathroom, and if go into our medicine cabinet or other people's medicine cabinet, and we see prescriptions and all sorts of stuff that are totally man-made, chemical based. However, all we need to do really is open up our refrigerator, open up our closet in our kitchen, and find things that can benefit us. So this is some of the things that you can have in your pantry. My pantry doesn't look as neat as these pictures. So I wasn't going to show you a picture of my pantry. These pictures, my goal. A magic pantry is things that's made up of things that will heal you. Many things you already have. Many things you probably don't. I have a long list that I'm going to be sharing with you today. And I'm going to also share with you how I got here. And it started with one ingredient, and that was peppermint leaf tea. And Shawnee, you can take the slide now. Thank you. So before my children were born, I had this brave idea that I was going to step off the grid to whatever degree that meant. I didn't know, but I was going to start by not being dependent on a small thing called aspirin. So I don't remember, I was taking a lot of courses, community-based courses, probably I got inspired from First World, if anyone remembers that from back in the day in Harlem, some church in Harlem, I don't even know where it was. So there were so many speakers that would present, and somebody inspired me that I don't have to take an aspirin for a headache. And when I learned that peppermint tea is the tea that you can get from the restaurant, right? When I learned that peppermint tea was something that could help my headache, I said, well, let me give it a try. So the next time, and I didn't have headaches often, but I did have them. So the next time I got a headache, I tried some peppermint tea. It took a while for me to get right, but I got right. I didn't die. My feeling was that I was going to die. If I didn't pop an aspirin right away, then what in the world is going to happen to me? How can I live life with a headache? So then I started to spend time in the health food store. I got a book called Back to Eden. I should have, I didn't even think about this as a resource, but it just popped into my head. Back to Eden by Jethro somebody or other. It's a staple. You probably all know about it. It's a thick book like a Bible, and it has everything in there. So I was studying that thing like my life depended on it. And I discovered that there were some other herbs that I could use that will help me with my headache, which made the recovery time faster. So one of those herbs I'll be speaking about today. And as I don't know what other herbs that I had maybe there was one, I'm not even going to mention that now, I'm going to get into it later, but I got into more herbs when I had children, because now I'm responsible for some small people and I wanted them to be healthy. And I thought about the things that might happen to them, that as I was listening to parents, and I was like, okay, well, what can I do? So got into my book and I was like, okay, these are the symptoms, or these are the quote unquote diseases or ailments. What are the things I need to have? So I guess you could say I reverse engineered. So let's say fevers, colds, cuts, I looked up those things. And then it gave me a list of things that I should have. And I found there were some things that was in common. So I got those things and I had them in my cupboard, pantry. And that's how I started. So I have a very long list, but it's also very incomprehensive, meaning it is incomplete. There are so many solutions out there in the world. And I also want to say that these are not prescriptions, but they are best practices from my life, and they're suggestions from Google. I use Google a lot. So Google, back in the day, I was using back in the day. Today, I was using Google. My daughter has my Back to Eden book, but even if I had it here, I probably wouldn't access it because Google is there, and I know how to discern facts from fiction. And when I'm reading Google, I can tell what the proper site is versus the site that's just talking to talk. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not an herbalist, and I'm not an expert. I'm a life scientist, and you can be a life scientist too. As a scientist, you experiment, you read, you take notes. That's what I'm asking you to do. So let's begin. Tell me, drop in the chat or come off of mute if you have identified anything that you have in your cupboard. I see Aisha drop something in from Facebook. Admin, would you like to read that, please?
Sure. Z, you're free to read it.
Yes, I'm just had to find the mute button on my half screen. Sorry. Kaisha from Facebook said, I have an array of spices and a few herbs. I cook different meals, so I buy what is called for in the recipe. Oops. But it may be a while before I use that ingredient again. I have olive oil, sesame oil, vegetable oil for frying, ghee, butter, snacks, cereals, and extra baking pans. Those are not, sorry, those are not herbs, but I get it.
Yes, so she doesn't know. So there's secrets and stuff. And baking pans is a tool. So some herbs, you actually need tools to create or to process. So she's giving it to me, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Kaisha. Abimbola.
Yes, peace and blessing. So back in the 70s, we all used to deal with all our herbs, and they said your food is your medicine. And so I have a special remedy that I keep with me all the time. I'm traveling now, and I have, so the first sneeze, I take out my golden seal, eucalyptus, and yarrow, and my vitamin C. And that stays in my pantry. And during the COVID, I had the concoction. I have the oil of peppermint, oil of oregano, oil of eucalyptus, and fresh thyme. And I put that in a boil of water with lemons and orange peel, and I inhale it, put a towel over my head and inhale it. So definitely our food, our herbs, that's our medicine. And in the Bible, for those who know Genesis 1:29, to let your herbs be something, something. So thank you for this topic. It's dear to my heart, and I'm complete.
You're welcome. Thank you. Marilyn?
Thank you. Good morning. This topic is very interesting, and I have a few little home remedies that I've used for so many years, and it's kind of carried along through the family. One was growing up in Puerto Rico, especially in the 80s. We didn't have much access to medication. And one of the things that I remember my parents doing was whenever we got pink eye, they would use lukewarm black coffee and soak like a little cotton ball in it. And you would have to lay with that over your eye. And a matter of like a day or two, your pink eye was gone. Like we never had to worry about that. The other thing is whenever we had a sore throat, my mom had fresh ginger, honey, lemon, and she would put in a pot a lot of ginger so that you could feel like that kick, that heat. And we would take like a little shot of it and it would just clear the sore throat like immediately. Like you just felt when the ginger was like burning. And mom's like, yeah, that's killing the bacteria. That's why you do it. And we're like, no sore throat, no cold. And yes, we had to go back to school. So I'm complete.
Exactly. There was no time to be sick, right? I got castor oil. My grandmother gave me castor oil, which was like the nastiest thing in the entire most world. However, in my adult life, I stumbled upon castor oil again. I might have taken it. No, yeah. So what I would do is I would mix it in food, but to take it by the spoon, that's like, just kill me now. I put castor oil in my hair. So I don't even have castor oil on my list, but there is so much out there. I tell you, I wouldn't be doing this presentation because I'll still be researching. So there's going to be things that you're sharing that I forgot to add. I forgot lemons, but I have orange, right? So those sort of things. Cod liver oil. Oh my gosh, that's the next worst thing in the world. Yes, but those are tradition and those have been passed down, and I rejected them, but there's other things that I pulled back. So yes, the honey and the ginger, I remember having tea with honey and ginger in it. And that was the best part about being sick, was because I can have tea and feel like an adult. And it didn't taste bad. What else? Peppermint oil, I mentioned that. Okay, so we're going to get into it. I'm going to, actually, let me start with this. I'm going to ask you this. There's a common ingredient that everybody uses that you probably use too much of, that when you use too much of it, it could cause you to have health problems. And there are alternatives to it. Valencia, you are on it. Marilyn, oh my gosh, did you get my notes? I don't understand how that happened. How do y'all know? Salt. All right. So some of you people put salt. I'm not calling any names, Mom, but some of you people put salt on your food before you eat it, at least sometimes or before in the past. And yes, the foods that we cook with salt and then put salt on the food. And some of the foods that we buy in the store are already processed with salt. So we were eating salt on top of salt on top of salt. And then we have health problems like hypertension, high blood pressure. So Shawnee, you could bring up that slide. And I'm here to say that if you don't get anything out of this session, that you get this about salt. Now, salt is, as I said, very popular. It regulates the amount of water that's in and around our cells. It carries nutrients into and out of our cells. It helps the brain function. It helps the nerves send out electrical impulses. It aids digestion and metabolism. It supports the adrenal function. It maintains and regulates blood pressure. Salt does all that, but there's different types of salt. Did you know that? Most of us are familiar with refined salt. I don't remember the name brand, but you go to the grocery store and you buy the salt. That's refined salt. It's processed. It comes from salt mines or evaporated seawater, like salt mines or seawater, and it's evaporated. It's evaporated using high temperatures and, right, Morton. And there's anti-caking agents that's added to it, which are dangerous chemicals. And some salts, most salts, have iodine added. Consuming too much salt, too much of this type of salt, can cause excess fluid in your body and lead to various health issues. So I mentioned about there being iodized salt, and there's also non-iodized salt. So you can get your iodine from seafood, from dairy, from eggs, from whole grains, from green beans, and from kale, and other things, but those are the ones that's high in iodine. So you don't have to get iodized salt. If you get, however, if you choose non-iodized salt, that's not better either, because it can lead to high blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke, because you can have an overdose of sodium. So what do? You want salt? Try another type of salt. There's sea salt. So the refined salt, the refined salt is what you're used to. It's thin grain, it's white, right? And sea salt is white, also a little thicker. It's made from seawater. It's evaporated, not at high temperatures. It has potassium, iron, and zinc in it. But because it comes from the ocean, it also has pollutants that the ocean has. There's kosher salt. It looks like sea salt, made in the same process, but it does not have iodine or caking agents in it. And then there's, and Catherine mentions it, pink Himalayan salt. It comes from the Himalayan mountains. It's pure, no pollutants, lower sodium. It has iron, potassium, magnesium, and calcium in it, and it helps balance your electrolytes, and it balances the body's pH level, supports nutrient absorption, and eliminates toxins. And because it's stronger than refined salts or other salts, you don't need to use as much. So if you're going to switch the pink Himalayan salt and you normally do this to your food, don't do that with the pink Himalayan salt. Okay? You don't need as much. And then there's Celtic salt. This Celtic salt is from Brittany, France, which is near the Celtic Sea. It's moist to touch and has the same benefits of Himalayan salt. I've never had Celtic salt, and I probably saw it in the store, but didn't know what it was and stayed away from it. And black salt was something that I learned. I actually heard about black salt a couple of months ago, but I didn't see it to experiment with it. I think I'm gonna need to order it online. So black salt is also called, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, Kala Namak. It's also called Himalayan black salt. It's from the salt mines of India Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Nepal, and other Himalayan locations. It has antioxidant properties, is low and has low sodium levels. It reduces heartburn and bloating, improves digestion, reduces cholesterol, regulates blood pressure, decreases diabetes complications, and it eases muscle spasms. Use this in moderation. So those are the salts you choose. I definitely was, if I come to your house and I see you using refined salt, I'm gonna throw it away. Just know that. All right. What goes with salt? What do people usually ask to pass the salt with?
Pepper.
Pepper, right. Okay. So the pepper that we have and the pepper that I grew up with, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's less flavorful. So that's the refined pepper. It's thin. You shake it. This pepper is peppercorn. Pepper that we use comes from peppercorn. Somebody ground, but you could buy peppercorn in the grocery store in a grinder container, and it grinds it, and then you get fresh pepper dropped onto your food. That pepper tastes so much different than the ground pepper that's sitting in a jar in the grocery store for 1,000,000 years. This is the pepper. When I tasted this pepper for the first time, I was like, what is this? So whole peppercorns are more flavorful, as I mentioned. It's used in ancient Ayurvedic medicine. It is high in antioxidants. It has anti-inflammatory properties. It may benefit your brain. It improves blood sugar control, therefore diabetes, lowers cholesterol, has cancer-fighting properties, boosts absorption of nutrients, may promote gut health, offers pain relief, and reduces appetite. So imagine this. You're cooking a meal. You put Himalayan salt. You put some peppercorns directly into the pot. You got health happening right there. Just as simple as that. If you leave the session today, you have that, and that's your start. Okay, so I'm Shawnee can bring this down. Jem from Facebook says, I have a broadleaf thyme plant and use it in most foods. Oregano, ginger, turmeric, oregano, and cilantro are good too. All righty. All right, I'm just looking. All right, so basil is good is a go-to herb if it lowers fever, says Catherine. Awesome. All right, now, trying to think where to start. So you have, who has it? Oh, this is where I want to start. Who can think, there's herbs that you know do things. There are other seasonings. I mentioned salt, I mentioned pepper. There are other seasonings that you have in your shelf that you might have a question about. So I want to hear what that is. Cumin. Shawnee puts cumin. So this is what I'm going to do, because again, like I said, there are so many herbs out there that I didn't research everything, and I thought about cumin, and I said nobody's going to know what cumin is. I learned about cumin when I was making food for my children, and I bought this African cooking book, recipe book, and cumin is one of the main ingredients that they use. So I had never heard of cumin before. I'm going to do some research right now. And I'm gonna screen share. I'd like to screen share, Shawnee. Can I do that? So that you all can see what I'm looking for when I Google.
Yes.
All right. So I put human health benefits. All right. I get really specific when I'm searching in Google. So here, Google gives me an answer up here, and it comes from this article, 9 Powerful Health Benefits of Cumin, and the organization is Healthline. I can also see the organization here, www.healthline.com. If I scroll down, I can see Healthline has another repeated. And I don't know if these are ads, but they're fine. You know, I'm gonna go down to WebMD. I see WebMD, this medical news today. So I don't get the details, I just get the title and a summary. Greatest, health.cleveland clinic, NetMeds. Okay, so just looking, Chopra.com looks interesting. The Chopra Center. So I know Deepak Chopra is he's Indian. He's about health. He knows. I feel like those other people possibly got the information from him. So I'm gonna click on his. Not that theirs is wrong, but I kind of like to just dive a little deeper. This is what cumin looks like. So this is the whole, I don't know, never seen a cumin plant, but this is the seed. And this is it grounded, probably put in a pestle and mortar. Who knows what a pestle and mortar is? Who can describe it? Who has one? Aaliyah?
Yes. It is like the little, sometimes people use it to pound yam, to crush garlic. Think like when you go to a restaurant, guacamole, and you're watching the chef, pound the guacamole. They use it back in Africa too, to pound, right? So you can get it like small, big. Think like a bowl with a, I don't know, like a pounder, right? It's kind of cast iron. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Okay, I have one. I forgot to bring it. I'm not gonna go get it. So, all right, so cumin. It's good for weight loss, digestive health, diabetes, blood sugar, antibacterial, antiviral. And when you see these antis that I'm mentioning, it means good for colds and all the stuff that makes us sick, it keeps us healthy. We don't want bacteria in our life, so antibacterial gets rid of the bacteria. Antiviral takes away the virus. So lowers risk of iron deficiency, anemia, cholesterol, respiratory support, cancer prevention. All this from an herb that you cook with. How amazing is that? Am I the only one that thinks that's amazing?
We thought that was rhetorical. Yes, it's amazing.
It was rhetorical, but I want confirmation.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Some people put it on there. I learned about it. It was suggested to put it like on potato salad because, potato salad has mayonnaise and eggs and stuff like that. So it kind of can cut some of that like mucus, and it gives it like a nice kick too. It's nice.
It's because of the color. It also colors the food. I put it on anything that is, I don't eat meat, but I put it on anything that I want to mock meat. And it is a real great compliment, spicy, but grounding at the same time. Okay, so somebody put fennel, and I'm looking because I didn't put fennel. I've used fennel to make use it for taste. I took a vegan class and the person was making codfish cake. and they put fennel in it. It wasn't real codfish. So I learned about fennel from there. Fennel is also good for, I also use fennel for, let me think, for cold, but a specific aspect of cold. It's rich in vitamin C. I'm reading it now because I didn't put that on my list. It may prevent anemia. It can relieve indigestion. It can treat constipation. It reduces heart disease. It has anti-cancer properties, regulates blood pressure, improves brain function, diarrhea. It can alleviate symptoms of colic. It can boost immunity, regulates menstruation, aids in eye care, and Marilyn had mentioned about eye care and putting, what'd you put? Black coffee on the eye, and I heard of black tea. So now we also know about fennel. It treats respiratory disorders. Okay, so that's what I got from a quick search on Google. Lots of information is out there. Okay, now coming back to Zoom. What else is in here? You'll have, okay, Valencia says black seed oil is made from cumin seeds. Yeah, so black seed oil, you can get that from a health food store. So you might need to leave the grocery store to get some of these things. I actually suggest that's what you do. If the grocery store has it, it's going to be more expensive. It probably is not the best brand. It's very likely to be commercial and adopted by Nestle. All right, Nestle, who we don't like because they make baby formula and they cause women in Africa to not breastfeed, could be very well the ones who's selling you the herb that you want to heal yourself. I'm saying. Okay, Jacqueline says, I have a body oil that contains cumin. It's the main spice used in Ash's Ayurvedic cleanse. There you go. So the things that you put in your food, you can also put on your body. So I don't remember, okay, so there are some things I'll say. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but let me continue on and I'll figure out what I want to say next. Jem says, cumin is known as Gara. I like to combine it with garam masala. Okay, I didn't know that about cumin, Gara. Thank you. Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of chats in here. Okay, nothing. Still more on cumin, oyster, mushrooms, fennel. Okay. Turmeric. I want to talk about turmeric. Who uses turmeric? Raise your hand, digital hand. I want to see who uses turmeric. Yes. You probably have seasonings that you purchase from the grocery store that has turmeric in it. Turmeric is a very popular herb, very popular seasoning. So turmeric increases circulation. It promotes the menstruation. It relieves pain in the liver and gallbladder. There's things I'm missing on here about turmeric. I didn't have enough time to go deep, but it has anti things. All right. Turmeric will keep you healthy. It really helps, totally helps to pair turmeric with black pepper. Mentioned black pepper before. So that adding black pepper increases the benefits of turmeric by 2,000%. So if you use turmeric, always use black pepper. All right. Veronica on Facebook just says star anise or aniseed. It's and I'm adding that it's similar to fennel, if not the same. And Jem says coffee is good as an enema. Also, wheatgrass enema is very healing. Yes. My notes, I saw coffee come up. Coffee come up as an enema, and I'm trying to remember what it was mixed with. And you don't have to mix it with anything, but it's definitely effective. Wheatgrass. Yeah, you can take it as an enema. You can also drink it. It works that same way. It's so wheatgrass is probably not something we have in our cabinet if you don't know. I don't even have wheatgrass. Wheatgrass is very strong. It's a green vegetable that is very healthy for you. I don't have the notes on wheatgrass, but I remember when I first learned about it, I was pregnant. So y'all don't want to know the story, but basically I drank the wheatgrass and it went through my body. It was too strong for me, or there was too much toxins, or I wasn't strong enough. My body wasn't strong enough to absorb what it was, so it just let it go. All right, so right along. Golden milk. Michelle adds golden milk, and so that's turmeric, milk, and honey, and black pepper. And I think those are the ingredients. In that, again, remember, whenever you use turmeric, you also use black pepper. You can use whatever milk you use. I use oat milk. I used to use almond milk. All right, cinnamon. All right, so cinnamon is an ingredient that you might have. And this is an ingredient that I was looking for you all to share. It's anti-diarrhea, treats nausea, abdominal cramps, and gas, helps with menstrual and postpartum issues, and staunches bleeding. I put cinnamon in my smoothie every day. It's other healing ingredients to it that I didn't list, but I'm going to stop talking right now because I know that you all have information to add to what I just shared, because you all out there are scientists, life scientists, and I want to hear what your stories are, what your experiences are. So who would like to share? Raise your hand. Nicole and somebody. Okay, great. Mom and Mom.
Good morning, dropping things all over the place, my webcam. Yeah, you know what? I use all that stuff too every morning, I think.
Oh, Mama Ma, something's happening with your microphone. You're very staticky.
Okay, that's because, wait a minute. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, did you hear that? Okay, can you hear me now?
I sure can.
Wonderful. I just dropped it all on the floor, but when you said Mama Ma, I was saying that I just started, I drink turmeric tea with, what do I use? Black pepper and turmeric, and I even throw a little matcha in it. This is a nice healthy tea with cinnamon every morning. Also, I just started on a wheatgrass tabs, and yesterday I took 7 with a meal, and it sort of didn't do well on my stomach. So I think I'll cut that number down, because I'm glad you said that, it didn't favor you. So I'm going to approach that a little more gingerly. But, but all those spices, I use in various quantities in my cooking, especially that cumin, because I like it in the curry as well. All right, and I'm complete.
Thank you. Okay, who else would like to share? What are your experiences? Remember, you're a scientist, you're experimenting. Like Mama Amal just got realized she can make some adjustments to what she's doing, and maybe you have been in that place before. Maybe you've tried an herb, didn't like it the first time, the second time, tried it, liked it, or it worked differently, or you didn't use it differently, or you got it from a different store, or something's changed. I'm reading Jacqueline's chat. She says, I get it. I'm assuming it is human. Okay, I'm gonna let you come off and share which one that is. I'll read it and then you can tell me what it is, Jacqueline. Drop it in the chat maybe. I get it from an East Indian store. I take it with ginger daily in vegan capsule form. Have a lot of inflammation in my body. I have it in the powder form. What are the best herbs to rid the body of inflammation? All right. So I'm not sure what it.
Doing something else. You know who I wanted to hear from is Aaliyah. A lot of folks have been contributing to the conversation, and I see you've dropped several things into the chat. Are you able to come off mute and just share your curiosities, your knowledge? And that question was for Aaliyah. Not sure if you're able to. You know, we're a multitasking family, so she ain't saying nothing either. And I know Kinyofu, am I mistaken? Andrea was saying that she wanted to say something early before we got started.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Is she
Oh,
there?
there she goes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come off from you because I was just getting ready to leave out soon. Yeah, with herbs, lots of what you have there, I do have in my cabinet and a plethora of other things. But Aaliyah was asking about the cumin that I know. I mean, cumin, we call it jeera back home in Guyana. It's one of the ingredients in curry as well as turmeric, masala. I mean, we call it garam masala. You know, they're all parts of the, we put in the curry.
Oh, okay.
Pepper and all of that. So it's a mixture. We bay leaf. There's a few things. And to the young lady that talked about the martyr and the pistil, we had that back home. We had the big one and then we had a tiny one. So the big one, we also, when you make ground food, like when you cook like plantains and cassava, you pong it with that and make a nice little ball and you eat it with herbs and all of that. So it's, yeah, this is very interesting. I do. And I love a lot of cayenne pepper. That's one of my go-to with ginger, lemon, anise seed and the star anise. Yeah. And lemongrass is one of my all-time favorites from back home. Yeah.
Wonderful, thank you.
You're welcome.
Kinyofu, I have a question. And you're speaking, Andrea, so you can speak on it or others. What benefits do you see? I'm curious about that. I know I'm trying to think of what I've used. Oh my God, it's not coming to me, but some things have instant benefits, like was mentioned earlier. You know, when you have a sore throat and you're like, oh, I'm staying home from school. It's like, they'll give you this and then that's it. And then you're off to school. Like what benefits, especially as someone whose body is shifting from me, you know, it was mentioned about inflammation in the body. And sometimes I experience that, eat something and instantaneously experience inflammation in my joints, particularly my hip and my arm. So just curious about what the benefits are in real time.
Yeah, salt is great. If you have a sore throat, feel mucus in your throat, you can Himalayan salt, right? You could do a gargle with that, and the stuff will come out. You can also use apple cider vinegar, but I actually really like the salt. Apple cider vinegar has a taste that I don't like, makes me gag, so I can handle salt. And peppermint tea. I like oil of oregano. You can also use the fresh oregano plant leaves and put them in water. Thyme and so many other things. So Catherine says baking soda is great for gargle. Okay, that I don't know. Baking soda, okay. And yeah, so if you all say a symptom, I'm going to answer the question that came up that from Jackie about the anti-inflammatory. So onion is one that I know works well. So you can boil onion in water and drink that as tea. Obviously, you can cut the onion up and put it in your food. Ginger is another thing that you can do. Again, you can cook it or you can eat it raw. Best way to eat it raw is to blend it. So I put ginger in my smoothie. I put ginger and garlic in my smoothie every day. And both of those are anti-inflammatory. So turmeric in my smoothie. Cardamom is another one. So I'm looking it up on Google right now. And I'm just giving you names. So when I'm encouraging you to do your research and stock your pantry, or because these are things that you probably already have, use them with the new knowledge that you are healing your body. Black pepper is another anti-inflammatory. Ginseng, green tea, rosemary, cinnamon. Okay. All right. So if you could,
we had a raised hand by, yeah, we do, by Andrea. You want to say something, or Kinyofu, you want to move forward? It's up to you.
No, go ahead, Andrea.
Okay.
I just wanted to piggyback on when you talk about the salt with the apple cider vinegar. Just be cautious with the apple cider vinegar. Apart from the taste, if you overuse it, it could give you a negative effect in terms of like making the throat feel like you really strip it off of all that mucus. So, maybe you could put a few drops, and maybe 3 or 4 drops instead of a whole teaspoon with the salt, and gargle. So this way you're not stripping all that mucus off and you have like that dry feeling afterwards when you're done gargling. So that's all I want to say.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not even saying put the two together, either or. I would not put the two that's really strong, just because the vinegar does what it does.
Okay. Yeah, well, I use both, so that's been my go-to when I have and it's very effective. But I've learned over the years to just put a few drops as opposed to a teaspoon, which my mom used to give me. So I've learned over a period of time what works.
Good. Thank you for paying attention. As I say, oh, honey. Well, honey. Let me mention honey. Get to my notes. Find honey, because honey is something that we all have, and it is so helpful. All right. I'm sorry. I have this long list I'm going through. What did I do with it? All right. Well, we put honey, we pair honey with anything, any tea that we drink. But honey is also has anti-property. And I don't know why I'm not seeing it. Okay, give me a second. But if you know anything about honey, like you all can definitely drop it in the chat what you know about it and get the conversation going. So I found honey. I want to preface that this is raw honey that we're looking at. So the honey that what's the name of that honey? The bear? Whatever that brand is that you buy in the store, don't get that. I'm talking about raw honey, the honey that's solid, the honey that looks like you just pulled it out of the beehive. And then here's another thing about honey. Because it comes from the beehive, we don't really want, that's their food, that's what they use. So really, 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 we don't want to overuse the honey is good. We want to be able to use it. We don't want to overuse it because we don't want to hurt the bees, because the bees are very healthy for the environment and they are facing danger of its extinction. So let's save the bees by not overusing honey. Anyhow, it's a good source of antioxidant, and it's antibacterial, antifungal. It heals wounds. It's good for digestion, and it soothes a sore throat and cough, and it has brain benefits. So I thought about honey, and when after taking the salt gargle, you can have a little bit of honey, put a little bit of honey on your teeth, on your tongue, and that will help your throat feel better. When my children were born, we had a naming ceremony for them. And this was something else that catapulted me into health and healing. So at the age of a month, both of them had went through a ritual which involved them tasting an ingredient on their tongue. And they were like 5 ingredients. And the purpose was that there was that was their first introduction to a different spice that represented life and the ups and downs that life gives you. So honey, we all like honey. And so we like to have happy things happen in life to us. There's salt. Salt is kind of bitter, right? I forgot how salt was described, but it's like, ooh, salty. Guess that's how you describe salt. It's salty. So that's definitely, and it was fun to watch their expressions as they tasted these items. Cayenne pepper was another one that was put on their tongue, and inevitably they would start crying at that point. Anybody that's going to put cayenne pepper on their tongue is going to feel a bite or a sting, and you're going to want to cry. But it's doing that is so strong because of what is inside of it. And cayenne pepper is very good at killing things like that don't belong in your body. So cayenne pepper is pain is good for pain relief. It's good for psoriasis. Is that how you pronounce it? It's an autoimmune. Was it?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the skin condition.
So,
No, you pronounce it as psoriasis.
Psoriasis. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
It's an autoimmune condition that causes itchy, scaly, red patches on the skin. Cayenne pepper increases your metabolism, causing you to burn more calories and reduce hunger. It supports digestive health. It's good for high blood pressure and heart disease. If there's anything in your body that needs to come out, it will help to take it out. What was some of the other? Vinegar, I think, was another taste test, and water was the other one. So when I saw my children, cayenne pepper was the thing that stood out. I was like, I know all this, and there's more stuff about cayenne pepper, right? I know all this about cayenne pepper, and they're taking it. So if I paired it with honey, what would that like? Because that was what I was doing. If I had a cold before having children, that was one of the next ingredients that I realized I could do for myself. Instead of going to get antibiotics or whatever that the doctor would give me, cayenne pepper and honey. I used the honey because it helped the cayenne pepper go down easier. So I was like, oh, let me do that with the children. So every day I would give my babies a spoonful of honey and a little couple of grains of cayenne pepper. And that's how they were raised. So they're not squeamish about things like that. Yes, so I make, in my smoothie, it takes something to, I don't know if the word immune and to develop thick skin, I think that's what I would use. When you taste my smoothie, you're not gonna like it. I love my smoothie. My smoothie is strong, but I don't experience it as strong. But I wouldn't be able to drink my smoothie. I wouldn't have been able to drink my smoothie 30 years ago. I've been drinking this smoothie for, I don't know, 15 years. So I'm totally used to the taste. And so yeah. Any thoughts, comments?
Before we go into thoughts and comments, it's 8 a.m. So just the acknowledgement of folks who might have to transition off and out of the conversation. and then ways
Yeah.
to get in touch with you.
Thank you, thank you. Totally lost track of time. I was looking and then I stopped looking. Thank you. So thank you all for being here. If you need to leave, the replay is going to be available. You can catch it on Facebook, and my contact information is going to be dropped in the chat. If you and it's right here under my on my profile, my picture, meetkinyofu.com. So you can go there at any point and get ways to contact me and see all the other things I do. That is my digital card. That's my 10K digital card. All right. So
Let me
I'm
read a few of the shares on the chat, and then we can go in whatever direction you choose, Coach Kinyofu. There is a lot of good stuff in the chat. So the Manuka honey you mentioned earlier, just speaking about using the right type of honey, using it for wound care, and what I was alluding to earlier, like specific instances where it transforms something. So I see that Z wrote that she used the Manuka honey for a boil and it closed it up. And Catherine is urging us to use local honey. So moving forward, I mentioned that when I do naming ceremonies and when I officiate weddings, I use those elements. Wow, they represent the 4 elements. You said 5 though, but those bitters, the water, like all of that ceremonially, to support the ritual process. And let me see, moving forward, raspberry leaf, good for women, yep, and reproductive health. Raspberry leaf tea and milk thistle tea for breast milk production. Thank you, Valencia. I know you're breastfeeding now. That's awesome. And Jim, who's been dropping in the gems, she talked about Manuka honey too, from Australia and New Zealand. Very expensive, good for sore throat, ulcers, acne, and can be put on wounds. And then Aaliyah said, wow, that sounds amazing. Did y'all clean the kids' palates after tasting each spice during the ceremony? Or were the spices placed on different parts of their tongue? Or were they just piled on like life? I think they were piled. I know we piled them on like life. And the water is always at the end when I do the ceremony, just to give some relief. I'm assuming, Kinyofu, you piled them on too.
yes, and the relief was breast milk.
Oh, got that. Awesome. Zawadi had to leave, so she stepped out. Nettle for iron deficiency and allergies. So, yo, we have all of the healers up in here, people who are aware. I know I'm excited about what possibilities are before me because of all that has been shared in this session. So carry on, Coach Kinyofu.
Okay, I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna bring in 1 or maybe 2 ingredients, and then I want to ask you to pull up the slide. So after having children, 2 of the things that I discovered was slippery elm and golden seal. So I know they have been my go-to quite often with the children. For quite a few reasons. They are both great for cold. So slippery elm, when you mentioned about sore throat or the coughing, sniffling, slippery elm is great for that. So I would make a tea, and it's a powder. You put it mixed with water, and it's kind of slimy. So yeah, honey makes all things better. Golden seal, very, very bitter. And like I said, but even honey doesn't do justice. So you don't want to do too much honey. However, it works. Both of them, because they're powder, there's not only can you mix it in water, you can also to drink, you can also mix it in water or oil to apply to your skin, which will help fix a cut. So knowing that children get cut, get fall and bruised and things like that all the time, that was something that I always kept in my pantry. So let me, Shawnee, if you could bring up the slide.
Which
then
one? All of the leaves and the,
yes, let's go there.
okay.
Okay, so we mentioned herbs. And so I have a picture of the herbs that somebody documented in a book-like sort of thing. And then you got the actual real life herb and other foods that are healing. So on the right side, you see garlic, and see if you can identify them, right? Garlic, ginger, cayenne pepper,
Thyme. No, rosemary.
rosemary. Ginger, oregano. The one on the left on top of the ginger is oregano. I'm trying to think what that one on the bottom is. It looks familiar. Oh, no, and the one on top of that. And on top, the very top is scallion. Looks like scallion green onion. Looks like that's what it looks like.
I was thinking lemongrass.
Lemongrass, maybe.
It looks more like at the top over the ginger. It looks very
flat.
grassy.
Yeah. Cool. All right. On the left, you see thyme and basil, rosemary, oregano, parsley, lavender, cilantro, and sage. So, lavender, you might not think of it as a herb. It's a plant, right? And rosemary might not get that, but they're really good. All right, so let's go on to the next one. I do realize I need to move through the slides a little bit faster. Shawnee. Okay, so there goes immortal and pestle. And what's happening here is somebody took an herb, mixed it with something, oil or water, maybe some other ingredients. Like I've done this. I've used golden seal with aloe, possibly neem oil and lavender. Mix it up, put it on the cut. Cut's gone in a day or a day, like it's closed in a day's time. I don't always put all those ingredients at the same time. It depends on what I have. And some herbs you would need to crush and some you don't. If you buy the powder and you just, take it powder, put a little powder in your palm, put a little coconut oil, whatever you have, mix it and then apply it. Works really well. That's called a poultice. Okay, next slide. And these are herbs that you make, like you get the herb, if you're going to be like really take this to the next level, you take the herb, this becomes an infusion, which leads to a tincture. So you take the herbs, you put it in a jar after you wash them and dry them, depending on the herb, and then you put alcohol, drinking alcohol, like brandy, vodka. What's the other one? Brandy, vodka. Okay, it slipped my mind right now what it is, but brandy is the best one, I believe.
Gin?
It may be gin. And then you put it in an airtight container, and then you put it somewhere in the dark and let it sit for 6 weeks. And after 6 weeks, you strain it and you put it in another jar, and that's your infusion. And then can use that to drop into tea. You could drop it in your food. You could drop it under your tongue. and you're good to go. So all the benefits from the herb go into this process, which makes it easier, or it goes into your body in a different way. And next slide. Oh, I also want to say, if you took the herb and you mixed it with rubbing alcohol, then that becomes is a difference. I just learned of what the differences are. I know that when I wanted to make something, I just went to Google, it told me what to do, but there is, okay, right now it's not popping up at me. Oh, it's a liniment. When you put rubbing alcohol with the herb, it becomes a liniment. I remember growing up with liniments. My grandmother would put liniment on her aches and pains, but she got it from, I don't know where she got it from, some store, but we could make our own liniment. All right, and then what you're looking at here is a salve. So I used to buy comfrey salve, and that works so well. Comfrey, did we mention comfrey? Comfrey is a herb that is good for healing cuts and other ailments. So let me go back to see if I can find where comfrey is. All right, comfrey is not popping up for me.
You have a hand raised. Jacqueline had her hand raised.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Good morning. I dropped off a couple of times. I was trying to listen in to see if you had anything for inflammation, particularly in the joints. Like I'm suffering from a lot of inflammation now, and I use turmeric, I use ginger, I use all that stuff, and I'm still having the issue. So I'm just trying to see if you know anything
Okay.
that I can use.
Yeah, that's what I did share, and that came up. What also came up was turmeric and black pepper, onion, garlic.
Yeah.
And comfrey also. So I landed on comfrey, and comfrey is good for inflammation. It helps to grow new skin cells, and so it's great for bruises and pulled muscles, sprains, strains, etc.
So you eat that, or you put it on topically?
You both.
Okay. Yeah, because I fell down the stairs last week and I have this bruise on my leg still, and it aggravated the knee, and all of that fluid is back there. So I haven't been walking for the last 3 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, I'm a mess.
Okay, so there's also green clay. Go to the store and get green clay, and then you can make a poultice out of that. So green clay, if you have, coconut oil, grapeseed oil, whatever the oil is that you have, even if you mix it with water, right? Mix that together. And I showed you the picture of the poultice. There'll be another one coming up. Take that and just put it on the bruise, and green clay will draw out the toxins.
Okay.
So
sounds good. Thank you.
Sure. Oh, Catherine, you have your hand up.
Yes, peace and blessings, grace and love to the community this day. I wanted to also add that the inflammation, certain foods cause inflammation. So as we reach our hands to the things that help with inflammation or limit inflammation, we also must draw our hand back from the things that cause it. So cheese and sugar is gonna ignite the inflammation. So if you already have inflammation, then you wanna steer away from cheese and sugar while you're trying to eliminate the inflammation from your body.
Thank you, Catherine. Even though I've been doing that, I backslid, so thank you.
Drinking water and massaging also helps.
I'm glad you said that. I just said that to my husband. So he's setting up a spa appointment for me because he don't want to do a massage.
Oh, okay. However you get it. And patience. Also, your thoughts. Put some good love on your leg. Okay, so the salve, right? Comfrey salve. You could take the comfrey powder. I did share that, right? Syrup. You can mix that with honey and water and a herb, and there you go. Make it easier to get into your child's body or to your body. Green clay, mentioned, it draws out impurities from the pores, it exfoliates dead skin cells, it tones and firms the skin, stimulates circulation, helps heal blemishes, soothes cuts, scrapes, minor burns, insect bites, sore muscles, delivers minerals to the body, removes toxins. And what else? Shea butter. Oh my gosh. You don't have shea butter, get yourself some shea butter. It's good for dry skin, acne, blemishes, skin inflammation, anti-aging, anti-free radical, which means that it adds a healthy high pH balance. Is therefore cleansing. It's good for itchy, peeling skin. It restores skin elasticity. It's good for, so men listen out, it's good for razor irritation and bumps, stretch marks, diaper rash. It's lip care, good for damaged hair, prevents hair loss, dry and itchy scalp, split ends and breakages, muscle aches. Muscle aches, it works. Exercise too much, put some shea butter on that muscle and you'll be feeling great. Rheumatism, arthritis, nasal inflammation and congestion. I read to put shea butter in your nose and that will help. Lowers cholesterol, diarrhea, wound healing, insect bites, dermatitis. What's that word again? Psoriasis?
Psoriasis, yeah.
Eczema and UV protection. It's like you go out into the sun, put some on. But I'm going to preface that and say, also use your suntan, the lotion with the whatever that
sunblock.
Yeah, the sunblock.
Yeah.
And it's good for cooking oil. Now oils. So let me back up and speak about oils. This is another thing that's important to know. The healthiest oils for cooking are those that are high in monosaturated and polyunsaturated fats, which can help lower your risk of heart disease when used instead of the oils with the saturated fats. When you're using those oils, you want to avoid cooking them to the point where it starts to smoke because it begins to lose its nutritional value. It's important to know that each oil has a smoke point, a particular smoke point. So there's oils with high smoke points. Those are good for frying and stir frying. So it takes a while for them to begin to smoke. Those are peanut oil, sesame oil, and soybean oil. And there's oils that are moderately high smoke points. And they're good for sauteing, which means you're not doing a whole lot of cooking with the oil, no high fire. That's avocado oil, corn oil, canola oil, and olive oil. So inside of that, corn oil, we all know that corn is genetically modified. So corn oil is maybe not the oil, your go-to oil. Canola oil, I've heard a mixed bag of things about that. So avocado oil, olive oil are be the better oils to focus on. Grapeseed oil is great for healthy skin and healthy hair. It has vitamin E, it reduces cholesterol and heart disease. These oils you can cook with, these oils you can put on your skin. Grapeseed oil feels amazing. If you think coconut oil feels amazing, grapeseed oil feels like super. And it's light, and you can put it on your hair, you can put it on your scalp. is what I do. I use shea butter. Whenever I see a mark, a blemish on my skin, I put it there. I use shea butter as a deodorant, and it works. Some people might need to put other things to create other things, but like if I'm out, when I was out with the children on a hot summer day and I'm playing basketball with them, I would need to refresh a couple of times a day. I would carry my little coconut butter container, and then I was good to go. I have also used, I remember now, I think it was baking soda, and probably mixed it with a little peppermint. Yeah, so there's things that you can Google it and see what there is that you can use for deodorants, and just try it out. Make your own and save some money. Or support the person who's making it. That's a African-owned person, BIPOC person. So, Shawnee, did I complete my slides?
I don't think so. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay.
Aloe, I mentioned aloe. Aloe heals wounds and, oh, let me shut up. Yeah, there's another set of slides. We're gonna do this and then we're gonna close out.
Yeah, I think these are the oil. Oh, tinctures? What is it?
Yeah, so these are infusions. So this is oil, herbs that's sitting in oils.
Okay.
And they're waiting. They're curing. Because
Okay.
after, normally you would take the herbs out, take the oil, separate the oil and the herb.
Oh, sure.
Okay, and this is showing you the combination of turmeric and pepper, black pepper. And you can see this chart that says what it does. Benefits of turmeric, and the pepper makes the benefits better. So you can screenshot that. I'm not going to read it.
Okay. There's the
And
green
this
clay, right?
green clay, right? Mixed with something, oil or water. It looks like water. And you can put that on an open cut and it will make it better. You can put that, Jackie, on your bruise, make it better.
Coach, do you have recommendations for brand? Because some things aren't as potent or quality. So when it comes to green clay or even shea butter, suggestions, or even different places to buy herbs.
Yeah, I do not have recommendations for health food store is where I would go to get, is where I go to get things. And shea butter, I got my shea butter from Cheryl, Coach Cheryl. So you all can go to her for stuff.
Yes. Or she mailed it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
But that was I don't know if she does that on the regular. I got a special thing. she makes stuff for the shea butter, but she was nice enough to sell me the raw shea butter.
I'll share. Awesome.
So here we go. I want you all to, and Shawnee, however many slides there are, I should have maybe given them a number. I want you to go through the slides and just like sit on it for 10 seconds. I want everybody to look at the pictures and see what you can identify. And nobody, don't come off of mute. Keep it to yourself, write it down, and we'll come back to the slides. So you can go to the next slide. Everybody has been looking at this for a minute. Look at it. You've seen it before. Some of these are things that you might have in your house because it looks pretty. Some things you might have in your garden because it looks pretty. Some things you might have in your garden and wonder why the heck it's there. Or you might not even notice that it's there because you've been stepped on it a million times.
Going forward?
Yes.
Okay.
I really want to know if you can identify the name and to identify what it's for.
Oh.
Go on. And while you move to the next slide, Z put in from Gem, peppermint essential oil, pure therapeutic grade, rubs on the sole of the feet, chest and upper back is great for reducing fever. So hold your answers. I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. No worries. I wasn't specific. Okay, so back up. All right, now, let's go to the first slide. And now, I think I'm gonna change this up a little bit. How am I gonna do this? So how many, let's do it. I'm gonna, this is a part of the special offer and I'm gonna change up the question and it's gonna be how many. So raise your hand if you tell me how many you can identify. Tell me what they are and tell me what they do.
You want to go see all the things? No, I wanted to see like the.
All right, so who would like to share first? I see, okay, Shawnee hand.
I'm a woman. Laura.
Oh, you pass it on to Laura?
Yeah, I will. Just to give it.
Okay,
Laura?
go ahead, Laura.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay. I identified dandelion, hibiscus, English plantain, aloe vera, ginkgo biloba, eucalyptus, lavender, rose, artemisia, and comfrey.
Okay, wait. So Shawnee, go.
I'll
Well,
go forward as she speaks.
Laura just kicked the just knocked the ball out the court.
I know, right? So this one was dandelion and hibiscus.
Right.
And this one is aloe and what was the other thing?
Plantain.
Plantain. I heard her say something else. Oh, another word.
This word that I want you to tell me what you mentioned two things. One was comfrey. I don't have a comfrey, and the other one I didn't catch.
Oh,
Laura.
me?
Yeah, Laura.
Oh, I
with
did
this
say
one,
artemisia.
Yeah, I don't know what that
That's
is.
another name. I'll tell you the next name. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, so let me say, so this is on the left is plantain,
plantain.
and the right is aloe. Next slide.
You want to hear from someone else, or you want to go with what Laura shared?
Yeah, she done said everything.
Yeah. She said ginkgo biloba and eucalyptus.
Right. Next slide.
It's lavender and rose.
Yep. Laura is the mom.
And comfrey, I think on the right. I didn't catch the first one.
Okay, so this is probably, she might actually have a technical name for it. I don't even know what the technical name for it is. The one on for the left, but so I'm not going to say what I know it to be yet.
Okay.
And the one on the right is not comfrey. So, Laura, you did great. You did great. But these other two are up for grabs. Tell me how you spell that. Artemisia.
Artemisia, or wormwood. It could be wormwood too.
Oh, then it's not. That's not wormwood.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So who knows what these two are?
There were other hands earlier. Where are you?
But Laura, I just checked Google. This is artemisia. The left one is artemisia.
Oh, really?
It's not translated as worm. What'd you say? Wormwood?
It's just in the family. It's in the family.
Oh, okay.
All right, Laura.
It's mugwort.
Mugwort, yes.
Yeah. What about the one on the right? All right, that might be a little harder. You've seen it. Raise your hand if
Yeah.
you've seen it.
It's in the park.
Yeah, right. So we got stuff. We got healing foods in the park. We have healing foods on our sidewalks. All right. So let me go through what they do. Dandelion root. We step on that all the time. Can you go back to the first slide? Dandelion root. We step on it. We pick the flowers. Maybe put them in the vase.
Sorry.
Marine Parkway, then
1
turn left
second.
onto Marine Parkway.
Okay. Yep. It reduces fever. It's a sleep aid. It's good for liver. It's good for gallbladder and pancreas. It's a pancreas cleaner. It's good for chronic inflammatory conditions. Good for PMS and menopause. It's high in iron. The greens you eat, you buy those greens in the salad. You go to this grocery store, you buy the greens, dandelion, and mixed in with other, you go to the restaurant, it's there in your salad. All right, the flowers, it is very bitter, Cherry. Hi, Cherry. It is extremely bitter, but you mix it with other things and it will be okay. Don't need to use a bunch of them, 1 leaf, 2 leaves, and the flowers you can put in tea. I dry them. I forest in my backyard. My neighbors must think I'm bananas, but it's okay. I had picked my dandelion. I take the flowers, I dry them out, I put them in a container and I put it in my smoothie. All right. Okay, the hibiscus, beautiful, beautiful flower. Hibiscus is also known as sorrel for folks from the Caribbean. There's different families of hibiscus. My neighbor has hibiscus growing in her yard, right bordering on mine. And so the flowers will fall and I will pick the flowers up and then use it. It's antioxidant, high in vitamin C, used to treat cold and flu. It aids menstruation. The flower, as beautiful as it is. Okay, plantain on left. Plantain is a drawing agent. It can pull foreign substances out of the body, particularly used for any type of venom, as well as infected wounds. Treats pink eye, Marilyn, and inflammation, abscess in the mouth, bladder, and kidney infections. So plantain is a very much overlooked seed, as they call it. And we know aloe. Aloe heals wounds, relieves sunburn, skin issues, including
Psoriasis.
And acne. Is anti-inflammatory, aching, it helps with aching joints and tendinitis. Aloe, if you don't have an aloe plant, get yourself an aloe plant, easy to grow. Okay, if you walk by a neighbor's house and they have aloe, I'm not saying this, but you could pick off you could pick off a piece of their aloe and then put it and then replant it. So you can either put it in water or you can put it in dirt and it will grow itself. And it grows fast. And now that you have your own aloe plant, you will have enough that you can share with others because it grows too fast. All right, next slide. Ginkgo. So treats asthma and upper respiratory disorders. And these are the plants that this tree stinks, right? The tree stinks. You pass by the tree, you're like, oh my God, who died? Like, what is going on? But you also would see, I remember in Brooklyn, I would see the Asian women picking from the seeds that fell to the ground. And I'm like, what are they doing? I had no idea. And this is this tree. It treats asthma and upper respiratory disorders, improves circulation and cognitive function. I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if this is what they're using it for, but they got their secrets and they know it. And, you know, it's time for us to wake up.
Sure.
Eucalyptus. We put it on our our mantles. It looks good, it smells good. But it's also an it's also an expectorant and antiseptic. It's used in sinusitis, bronchitis, asthma, pulmonary infection, and congestion. Next, we have lavender. It's a pretty plant. Love it, love it, love it. But it also treats negative states of the soul, which means it calms the nervous system. It calms and it relieves tension. So looking at it, smelling it, right? It helps with insomnia due to overactive mind. You can take the leaves and put them in a sock and put it under your pillow, and it'll help you to sleep. And rose. We love roses. They are so pretty. We give them as Valentine gifts. We cut them off of the plant, put them in a plastic wrappy thing, and give it to somebody who's going to put it in a jar and watch it die. All right. It's good for autoimmune diseases, anxiety, high in vitamin C, antioxidants, used for acute respiratory issues, chronic inflammation.
You can eat the petals directly, or you have to do something?
You can eat the petals.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, mugwort reduces painful menstrual cramps and PMS, helps to heal after abortion or miscarriage. It's good for labor. It helps smooth temperaments, insomnia, and sleep issues. And this, can anyone figure out what it is? It starts with an M. Okay. It's mullein. Mullein aids with ailments of the throat and lungs, nervousness, lymph drainage, and pain. It's long been used to treat coughs and sore throats. And it might not be a good picture. Mullein tends to grow up, like it's wide, and then it'll grow up.
Kinyofu, isn't that mugwort?
On the left is mugwort.
Okay, good.
On the right is mullein.
Oh, that one. Okay, good. It looks like a sage kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, it does. I think it's the orientation that's throwing you off. I was really looking for a good picture. The ones I saw that were tall they look spindly. I could have put two pictures together to make it give you perspectives. In any event, I think I've come to the end of my slides.
Yes, thank you, Coach.
And so I had put a special offer, and the special offer is that I said I was the first person to identify. I changed it up. You heard me share that I changed it up to the person who can identify as the person who identifies the most. I didn't ask Laura what they did. I totally forgot about that part. But Laura, I'm going to give you my notes.
Thank you, Kinyofu.
Awesome. Yeah. All right.
All right, and so I'm inviting everybody to come join me and play in my clubhouse. I'm late to the game, but I finally am in Clubhouse. It was an elitist thing back in the day when it was only iPhone folks. Well, now they let the Android people in, so I'm like, I can play now. And I just discovered that. So I'm on Clubhouse on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. And the club is called How We Cope. And so in that, we talk about all things resilience. I share adversity, I share resilience. And every week, you're in it to learn, you're in it to grow, you're in it to experience yourself as an adult. Because, as you know, I'm all about the inner child, and our inner child is right there running us when we are triggered. So if we're going to continue to be triggered, we're living through our child's trauma. If we want to live like an adult, then we're going to learn how to be resilient. So there is bit.ly/listen to Kinyofu. That's where you will go after you download Clubhouse. You have to download Clubhouse on your phone. It's only a phone app. And then you can click on the link, bit.ly/listen to Kinyofu, to get to the actual club, and I will invite you in, and then you join in and playing with me. And this is how you contact me. I have a 10K digital card. You can go to www.meetkinyofu.com, or you can click the link that's in the chat, or you can take your phone and go pull out your thingy-majiggy, the scanner, and scan it and get the card. This is a digital card. On there, you will find my website. You'll find ways to sign up for coaching. You'll find many other wonderful things. And whenever I add something or change something, you'll be privy to it firsthand. So, thank you. And this is the opportunity for you to give back. I did a lot of research, learned a lot myself, to tell you the truth. And from my heart and my generosity, wanted to share what I already knew, what I learned anew with you, so that you can up-level your health and to really recognize, like I shared before, in the beginning, is if you don't get anything about this presentation, get that you want to change the types of salt that you take in your life, okay, so that you can stay healthy. And there's so many things that you do. I showed you how to Google and research to get more information. We are all life scientists. So I gave you all the title, life scientist. You can give back by donating Zelle QuickPay to zoleadershipdevelopment@gmail.com. Go to Cash App, $Spirit of a Woman, or click the link. My code is 620KM. And we have these love offerings that are automated, and you could choose your amount, $25, $50, $75, $100, based on the link. You donate it, set it, and forget it once a month, and the money will be distributed to all the facilitators that presented that month. That link also is dropped in the chat. Sunday on July 3rd, we have Cody Brown coming back. His title is How to Build Your Credit Profile as a Beginner. So when he was here before, he dropped some knowledge. It was very interesting, exciting, and we're going to now learn how to build our credit, which is something we need to know. We're probably all beginners, and most of us.
All righty. So I'm always excited when I see new names and faces in the space of Wake Up Everybody. It means that our community is transforming and expanding. One name that I see that's new for me is Rhea, but maybe you've been here before. And not just put anyone on the spot, I'm just acknowledging after 2+ years of doing the work, we get to know each other and one another's names. So welcome to the Wake Up Everybody tribe, the Wu Nation, as we affectionately call it. And when you're new in the space, we acknowledge you because we are here for our transformation, and you are contributing to our ability to learn, elevate, and ascend. So please come on back. We are big on sharing with folks. Don't just come in for the day and the experience of the particular facilitator that you might be supporting. Come back and contribute to community so that we can all grow and transform as a collective. And our schedule for those who need to be reminded or told for the first time. We are here 5 days a week, from Sunday through Thursday. We have 3 long days, 7 to 8:30. Today happens to be one of them. Those are Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And then we have shorter days, which I call appetizers. And those are Monday and Wednesday. But in this space, because this is our community, we get to declare whether we go longer and how we deliver what it is that we deliver. And we're very grateful. So please be mindful of the schedule and stream in, participate. And if you can't join us on Zoom, join us on Facebook and be in communication. If you want to receive daily alerts, then please type in the number 74121. And then once you type those numbers in, you can text just like a regular text, and your message should be Woo Nation in caps, and then we'll be able to add you automatically to the list of folks that we text daily as a reminder. We also have swag. It's the summertime. Get your t-shirts, get your water bottles for sure. Coach Kinyofu talked about the herbs, but one of the biggest reinforcer of herbs and good foods and healthy living is drinking water to nourish these bodies that need it for everything that we do. Organs, cells, brain power, breathing, like all of it is fueled by water as well. And get your teacups, get your journal so you can start crafting your future and writing out your goals, and then you can carry it all in a satchel or bag so that you can have everything that you need to move through life and to manifest and transform. And we want to thank you for being here. It takes something time is for me a powerful currency, more important than money these days. And so thank you for the time that you shared, and we invite you to stay in touch, energetically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally in touch. And you can use these links to register, which are also dropped in the chat for Zoom and Facebook. And join us on the Facebook page. Join us by using this link and tuning into the Zoom space. Join us by joining us on Instagram. Join us by participating on YouTube and joining our page. And join us with your feedback, email, and the info.wakeupseries@gmail.com email is what you can use to share. And then finally, we have opportunities for folks to admin, join us in the co-creation. This takes something to keep this community thriving and growing and transforming. So if you have gifts to share or things you want to learn as far as skills to engage in this Wake Up Backstage experience, please send a message to us. You can put it in the chat if you wish, and you can also reach out at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com or reach out to one of the team members, which I am one, Kinyofu Z, and you can communicate your interest, and then we can share what's available, and you can jump in because we need more man and woman power, person power to support us in this process. And I'm complete. Let's in this space, which is to give love and appreciation and affection for the facilitator. We'll put this in gallery view so we can see everybody. Unmute yourselves and then start pouring into Kinyofu as she has poured into us.
Thank you, Kinyofu.
Thank you.
Thank you for providing the herb.
Good morning.
Thank
Everybody.
you, family.
Well,
Thank you.
You are welcome
Good job.
knowledge.
Have a beautiful day, everyone.
as I always say, let's move forward, everybody, and be creative.
Just so necessary.
This was really good. I'm so happy and
Nobody else will heal
genuinely
us but us. So
Yes, thank you.
just grateful to share with us. So I thank you for that.
Yeah.
Wealth of knowledge. Thank you.